So, thank you very much for your support in the comments for the last video. I think I probably am going to make a move over to Twitch, at least primarily, if that makes sense. I might still send stuff to YouTube, but honestly, that kind of defeats the object. I am, as I made clear, quite annoyed with YouTube, so it makes more sense for me to just cut ties with YouTube. And I realise I will lose some of you with that, and I am deeply sorry for that. I don't want to lose anyone. I realise that Twitch isn't for everyone. Twitch is a bit scary. I will chuck a few videos in before I go away to like teach how to use Twitch for those who've never used it, because I realise Twitch is one of those things that for a lot of people is completely foreign. It was completely foreign to me until I decided to go for it. That was 2 years ago. But it is fun. It's a nice place to be. It's a bit more social. It's a bit freer than YouTube. You can have a conversation. And like I say, I wouldn't expect by any stretch everyone to turn up and watch my streams live, because I don't know when my next stream is going to be. I don't know when my recording times are. So I can't expect you guys to clear a schedule at some point at like 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. You might not be free. But if you are, pop in. If not, you can catch the video on demand, which I will show you how to do, like I say, in case you have no idea. But let's not talk about that right now. Let's go instead to Legia Warsaw. Hello, my name's Damien. I am that trucky... Oh, and that's the wrong screen. Hello, my name's Damien. I am that trucky foot manager, and welcome back to Glasses United. And as you know, we've got Legia Warsaw home and away for a chance to get into a Champions League group stage. Wait, Champions League third qualifying one. So for a chance to get into the playoffs. We are now at the stage. This happens every year. Not every year, this happens whenever we're in this group. There comes a point where we're guaranteed some kind of group football, and we've passed that point. This is the third qualifying round. If we lose this, we go into the Europa League playoff, and if we lose that, we go into the Conference League group stages. So, worst case scenario is Conference League group stages. Best case scenario is Champions League group stages. But Legia Warsaw are quite a big side, if we're being honest. Also, I've just noticed that we've snuck a friendly against El Palo in there, which probably doesn't need to be there. So we can hit that one with a hammer and make it go away. And very brief aside based on the intro is if you do come across the Twitch, the great thing about Twitch is I don't have to edit it. And I don't mean that from my point of view, oh, can't be bothered editing stuff. I mean, you can see all of it. You can see everything that happens. You can see us playing through, and we can have a little chat about all of the decisions I make rather than just the ones I edit in. Back on topic, we cancelled that friendly, that's fine. Did we do any more transfers? I don't think so. No, Jerry Anobo, you've met. There's increasing pressure to sell Panagi and Korosevsky. Panagi is a particularly weird one, in that we had a row about how much I wanted him to sell him for. I wanted 500 grand as an absolute minimum, and he said that's not fair. So I said, okay, 250. And he said, that's not fair. I said, okay, 150? Oh, that's not fair. I've had enough of talking to you. Fine, 500 grand it is then. And then I sent Dave Woods after him and said, have a word, sort him out. And he went, yeah, I'm fine now. So he doesn't care that he's now on a £500,000 value. No one's getting close to it. Mainz and Reading are after 150 grand. It's not enough. It's nowhere near enough for a 20-year-old left-back, even if he is a midget. It's a 20-year-old left-back who is very determined, reasonably quick, and all-round a very good player. And a professional who's determined. Nah. No chance. The only one he's sniffing is Reading. When Reading come in, it's, ooh, he might become unsettled if you don't allow anything to happen here. But then he never does. So, for now, I'm okay with it. Luke Baxter to Lincoln. He wants to go to Lincoln. £105,000. I probably would if it wasn't for the homegrownness. But also it's Lincoln. I don't really want to do him any favours. I'd loan him out, but that's it. Pennington, Lincoln again. I think they've now started sniffing around homegrown players. But Konrad Korosevsky, Amiens for £22,000. Obviously, I'm not going to take £22,000 for this man. But his minimum fee release clause is 80 grand. So when he's gone, he's gone. I think that's right. I'm looking at the wrong tab altogether. Oh god, it's £48,000. One more try? No. No, he wants to leave. Once the transfer window's shut, if someone hasn't paid £48,000, I will be staggered if someone hasn't paid £48,000 for this boy. The only thing I'm clinging on to is that he isn't homegrown. He never will be. Wait, will he? Oh, he would be homegrown as well. He'd be a homegrown right back who's absolutely amazing. I really, really, really don't want to lose him. But it might come to it. £48,000 is nothing for this man. I can't work out why Amiens won't pay it. I can't work out why anyone wouldn't pay it. And we've got 3 weeks till the transfer window closes. If the transfer window closes and no one's activated his release clause, he might come back down off his unhappiness and he might sign a contract. But I'm not confident. I think we've lost him. Which means I need to go find a right back, but at least I don't have to find a homegrown right back. Apart from that, nothing else has happened, really. I did have a quick look at the transfer window information, which is around there. And actually, we're the only team spending money this year. Seth Kinsey, 275 grand. Nick Beard, 235 grand. Tom Barry, 200 grand. Matthew Perez, 55 grand. No one else spent any money. Mons Calpe have spent... Nope, tell a lie. College 75 have spent 12.5 grand. And Europa have spent 44.5 grand. Graham Sherwood, 18-year-old English left back. No idea if he's any good or not. So we're the only ones spending money, and we spent nearly £1 million. That's me saying, oh no, there's no money. We can't spend money in this league because no one will take any. They will. So yeah, we spent nearly £1 million. No one else around us has spent anything. At this point, we're just trying to build up the standard of the league in terms of players. We've won the league. I'm not going to move on again, I don't think. I can't see the point, because we've proven with Europa, I think, is that the AI isn't quite good enough to work out that it needs to buy homegrown players. So as soon as I stop managing that team, they drop off a little bit. We have a bit of an issue in that the only option at left wing is Seth Kinsey, who's played 18 minutes of football for us so far before trying to remove someone's leg above the knee. But we're going to play him. We're going to go with it. We'll see how it goes. Hammond is in goal with Panagi, Trevor, Green and Korosevsky along the back four. Howe and Wilson in the middle. Stevens and Kinsey on the wings. Woods and Ice Perua up top. The other thing, again, I know I keep going back to this Twitch thing. I know for some of you it is a sore subject and you just want to watch the program, and that's fine. The other thing that would be good about it is obviously playing through the bits in between episodes. When we finish our European campaign, I'm considering going straight to next season. And I can do that on streams. So you can come along, or you can watch catch up, or whatever, however you want to do it. And you can come along and you can watch the bits that you wouldn't normally watch and see all the behind the scenes stuff, rather than it just being, right, well, that's the end of that season when we're knocked out of the group stage or whatever. We'll come back next year and, oh, here's a brief catch up. You'd actually be able to hang around and see all the details. I realise I probably look even more tired than usually. I'm on my week and night shifts. It's hit me like a shovel to the back of the head, to be honest with you. But we'll get there. Also, Virgin Media have been screwing around. So if you don't actually see this episode at 6 o'clock on Friday, obviously you're not going to hear me say this. But if this if this episode is late, the reason for that is Virgin Media have just cut off all our internet. They say it'll be back by 3 p.m. It's 3:25 p.m. and it is not back. So if this is late, complain verbally and aggressively to Virgin Media. Good on you. But yeah, I did have a brief Twitter conversation with someone at YouTube support, which ended in them telling me to DM them. So I said I can't. You haven't followed me, so I can't DM you. So and they said, oh, okay, you follow us and we'll DM you, and then they didn't. So never mind. Kinsey's on a booking already. Holy smokes, that boy just doesn't like playing football, does he? Sends one up the line towards Panagi. It's not a very good ball, but if Iceberg had gambled there, it could have been better. Iceberg gambles in the end and nicks a goal, 34th minute. Pavlec with a dreadful ball out to Boric. And Iceberg just slides in and bounces it into the back of the net. How has Kinsey managed to get himself booked already? I mean, if Iceberg had gambled on that original back pass, he'd probably have posted, but actually would have been a more difficult chance than the one he ended up with. Iceberg doing the big ears. And we're all over him, actually, looking at those match stats. I know I've been going on about Twitter and YouTube and God knows what else, but... And one thing I did get in a private message, which I thought was a bit harsh, but I understand kind of where you're coming from, is, oh, I just want the money. I'm just selling out. It's like, well, no, that's not the point. I just don't want anyone else to be earning money off me. Kinsey's done a booking. He's had a poor game. He's one of the only players without a green dot. And I have no one to... I'm tempted to haul him off. I'm going to haul him off. I don't like him. It's so annoying. He's the record signing. £375,000. I don't like him. He's had a yellow and a red in 65 minutes of football. Just over an hour of football he's played. He's had a yellow and a red card in that time. Good effort. Oh, Smith has got himself booked up there as well. Maybe left wing is just cursed. Oh well, 70th minute. Everyone's looking fit and healthy. We'll start making a couple of changes. Rest players for the next game. Stevens can come off for Danny Ward. And Howe can come off for Holmes. Sherlock. And I'm going to swap Panagi and Smith. No, I'm not going to do that. What a stupid idea. Never mind. The original thinking was because Smith's not having a good game at left back, and Panagi's not having a good game at left back, Smith's not having a good game at left wing. So swap them over and see if they'll do better in the other roles. But then I realised Smith's the one on the booking, and I don't want to make him more defensive. Korosevsky throws in, Iceberg flicks it on. Holmes can find Woods with a good ball, and that is a good ball. Not so much on the finish, and Woods powers it into the crowd. Holmes will take the next corner though, 7 to play, swings it in deep, and it's a good header straight into Pavlec's hands. But we're 1-0 up on the home leg. That's a big ball forward. What a wasted ball that is. I'd be swearing. That's the other thing good about Twitch is that I swear a lot. I don't censor myself so well when I'm on Twitch for some reason. I'll also be doing other stuff. It's pretty much settled. At the very least, I'm going back onto Twitch. Whether or not I stay here is what's still in the air. And I know some of you prefer it if I stay here. Wow. There's misses, and then there's what that was. Ice Peru trying his very best to take out one of the floodlights. But yeah, the thing about staying here is what I'd have to do, basically, to fix my moral quandary is to remove all my old videos. Ice Peru tries to bend one around the keeper, not quite far enough from him. Pavlec just makes an excellent save. And in the last 10 minutes, we've started really hammering them. A second goal would be lovely, don't get me wrong. Holmes drills it in low and short. Panagi will intercept and win a header. I mean, not against anyone, but he's 5'5", so he wouldn't. Smith brings it under control. Drives it in low, and it's cleared back away again. Korosevsky should pick that up. Doesn't. Well, might have done, who knows. Panagi's thrown to Holmes, back to him. Panagi to Smith, it's not a good ball. Green. Not exactly where you want your centre-half to be. He's powering up the wing. He's not. He's takes one look up there and goes, ooh, that's a long way away. Don't fancy it. Ward drives it in low. Ice Perua gets the second goal. Lovely finish. Realistically, we could have 4 or 5. But a 2-0 lead into the second leg. Me going absolutely mental in this corner. Look. Whee! I mean, it's an important goal. I love that Green is like in position to be a right back and he's just like, nah. Lovely finish. Lovely finish. What can you say? Danny Ward gets himself a booking. A little bit embarrassing getting himself a booking with 12 seconds to play. Panagi loses that in the air, shockingly. Urbanski is through, and Hammond's positioning there was dreadful. Really, really bad. We're after 93. Big Trev. Back to Hammond. Hoof. That'll do, ref. Nope, here it comes again. Bandaugu. Wilson intercepts. Ice Pro back to Wilson. Can we get a third? Not with a pass like that, we can't. Yarzak. It's over. Very happy. Let's go. Lovely win. Lovely, lovely win. 2-0 win at home against Legia Warsaw. It's not over by any stretch, but it's a very important win. Smith is suspended. Good. That's useful. Right, well, we'll come back for the return leg with guess who at left wing. Is there anyone in the reserves I can promote as a left winger? Gerianova centre. Perez, can you play out there? No. But to be fair, I think you can come up to the senior squad. I think Perez is good enough. Gerianova probably isn't. Oh, but I won't be able to register Perez though, will I? Ah, that's annoying. I'll go back in the reserves then. Sorry. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. Where's he gone? Squad. Rezzies. Squad. Rezzies. Squad. Rezzies. Caetano. What is the score with him? He's 30 now. His injury is another 5 months, potentially. But he's still quite quick. His bravery has gone in the bin a bit, but that will happen when you snap an Achilles, I suppose. Right. See, this is the kind of thing I'll be doing on Twitch. I'm already in place. See you in a minute. So the end might be here. Korosevsky's release clause has been activated by Amiens. £48,000. I mean, let's face it. If you were to pick one of these two players to sell, Korosevsky or Panagi, you'd pick Panagi. You do not want to lose Korosevsky. He's a brilliant player. Panagi, on the other hand, the bids are starting to get tasty. Don't get me wrong. Over the course of the week, we've gone from 150 to £600,000. Marseille are absolutely banging on the door. They've gone 300, 350, 450, 600. I've just been rejecting them out of hand at the minute, but there's gonna come a point when that's the right money. Kings Lynn have got a sell-on clause, so we won't get all of it, but it's only like 30%, I think. We got him for 38.5 grand. So off the 600, I think we'd have lost like 110. That can't be right. Is it still in the inbox? 180. So we'd have lost 180 out of 600. So that's 420 quid a clear profit. We get 350 grand on the transfer budget. The transfer budget doesn't matter. That's the biggest problem. There's 4.5 million quid in the bank. Don't know what to do with it. Like, I can go, yeah, if we lose either of these two fullbacks, I can go out and get another one. Fine. But, like, there's no amount of money that makes it worth losing these players. I mean, you know, 50 million quid, sure, no worries. But I don't think I'm going to replace Korosevsky, an 18-year-old kid and he's a year towards, or is he even 2 years towards citizenship? No, he's a year towards citizenship. So he's played a full season. We need him to play another full season to get citizenship. Amiens isn't going to do that. So the only hope we've got is that he's not particularly keen on Amiens. Rayo Vallecano are floating around, and they have not made an offer yet, but they're in the media saying, ooh, we'd like to sign him. It's like 50 grand. Just chuck us 50 grand, and he's going to be yours. But, we're thinking about making a move, so you're going to have to be quick. There's literally no one we can chuck in who can play left wing. Oh, I can put Pinnington on the bench, I suppose. Can't really play left wing, but I don't want to rotate anyone for this game yet, just because we're not done yet. Like 2-0 at home, we've got the away leg. It's not over yet, so I'm going to take it seriously. But yeah, Panagi, I mean, 600 grand, obviously. If it comes to it, and he starts kicking off, and I'll sell him for that. But the fact that Marseille just keep coming back and coming back, I think we can get over £1 million quid for him. And at that point, it starts to become a reasonable transaction. And again, by no means am I arguing. Sorry, I should do a team sheet. Hammond, Panagi, Trevor, Green and Korosevsky, Howe and Wilson, Kinsey and Stevens, Woods and Ice Perua. There we go. It's the same squad, so it's not that complicated. By no means am I suggesting that Panagi is worth more than 600 grand. No, he's not. No question. Some sell-on clause would be nice, don't get me wrong, but he's not worth that money to like anyone. He's worth that money to me because again, He's halfway down the road to nationalised. He's a third of the way down the road to homegrown. If we can keep him and make him one of those players, that's going to make a big difference. There's 20,000 people here. Korosevsky throws into Ice Perua. Back to Korosevsky. Driven cross in. Hey, there's another advantage to Twitch. I'd be having this conversation while we're clicking through the continue screen and not interrupting the match to do it. Yeah, I mean, if it comes in for 600 grand and he throws his toys out the pram and leaves, then so be it. But he's on contract for a little while longer. That's a penalty. Holy smokes. I mean, he's 20 yards away from the ball. Woods to tie up the match, ideally. Lovely little finish. And that's probably the most annoying thing about the fullbacks, is we spend all this time trying to create these homegrown players that we cannot go out and buy. And they're not... Then we're losing them before they become even nationalised, let alone homegrown. And that's really frustrating. Because that's a year we could have been doing that with someone else, and we could have kept him. Anyway, Wilson has a shot at his own goal. Hammond out wide to Panagi. Kinsey to Woods. So it's very possible, I would say even as far as likely, that when we start the next game, we're going to have two completely different fullbacks in. Howe fires one out wide to Korosevsky. First time into Ice Perua. Stevens down the line to Korosevsky. Ice Perua hits the base of the post, I think. It's a goal kick either way. And now this is just reminding me of... Oh, God, what was his name? That's so bad. Oh, you can tell I'm tired. Those of you who have been here since San Marino, what was that wonderful Polish centre midfielder we had? He went off to... Well, he went off to the highest levels. I think he went to Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund or someone. Kasper Konieczny. Konieczny, was that it? Kasper something. Either way. Absolutely adored that man. Got him. He lost him. Korosevsky's on that road. I really like Korosevsky. And I really like Panagi as well. But at least if we lose Panagi, it'll be for decent money. Losing Korosevsky for 50 grand is painful. Literally agonising. And again, I've tried again. I cannot even ask him to negotiate a contract. What I would like, what I think would be realistic, you should have the opportunity to present a contract. Like, if the agent's like, no, we're not going to negotiate in real life, well, no, we're not going to negotiate, we're not interested. You should at least be able to say, okay, well, here's what we had an idea of. Just have a look at it. Because you can then say, you can put in there, you know, way more than he'd be expecting in wages, all sorts of clauses and stuff, and say, well, this is the kind of thing we were thinking of. Are you sure you don't want to negotiate? Trevor nods it forward. Because I'd happily give him another £1,500, £2,000 a year. Oh, a year? A week. He's on 2,900. I'd give him £5 a year. Well, I'm even thinking about it. Stevens misses a sitter at the back post. But we are 4-0 up on aggregate. Panagi's taken a knock of some kind. I'm hoping it's an injury that keeps him out till just after the transfer window shuts. Yeah, we'll leave that as it is. I am going to take him off. Feels he can shake it off. Kroll can't play left back, but he can play left wing back. What an odd combination of positions to be able to play. Marking 12, tackling 12, heading 10. You'll be fine, mate. I believe in you. You'll play left back for a bit. How is it 1 silver? Half a silver? Like, how can you play wing back and centre half, but the idea of left back is completely beyond you? I'm still going to do it. We're 4-0 up. Solid. Or is it actually better to hope that Panagi gets his injury worse? What is it? Do we know what it is? No, it doesn't say. Okay. No, never mind. We'll put Kroll at centre half to warm him up a bit. Replace Liam Green. We're going to put Gary Holmes back in again at centre mid. And we're going to save the third sub in case Panagi breaks his face. Or whatever it is he's hurt. Who knows? Anus Evech is what I'm going with for that name. Kinsey's closing him well. Ball's crossed in the middle. Wilson loses out in the air. Zalewski. Krupnik. Good name. Solid name, Krupnik. Bandalgo down the line. Bendisak, get in. Anus Sivic, they're going to score now. Kroll wins the header. Commanding header. Korosevsky powering up the right wing. Stevens. I should have saved another sub and takes Korosevsky off, because there's no way he's still going to be in next episode. Stevens cross. Woods loses out to Anus Ivic. Yes, I know that's not how you pronounce it. I simply don't care. Bendisak. I know. Kroll is massively losing that race. My God. What is his pace? Can I not see his stats? Please. I mean, there's running and custard, and then there's whatever that is. That's just so slow. He's a wing-back. He's a wing-back who can't run. Right. Pace 9. That wasn't a pace 9, was it? That was pace 3 or 4. Oh well, 1 goal back out of 4. 60th minute. Panagi is getting better. We're certainly not dominating this match. I think... I don't know where that sentence was going to go then. Icebrewer brings it under control. In front of Stevens. Driven deep. Woods with the header from a tight angle just onto the roof net. I think it's Panagi who gets the substitute round of applause. Although, to be fair, I don't know how many of our fans have come to Poland. Because he's the one who's done it right. He hasn't kicked up a fuss. He's been reasonable. And we're going to get real money for him. Whereas Korosevsky, that's the other thing I'd like to say to Korosevsky is, look, I'll sell you. That's fine. You want to go, that's fine. But come on, 50 grand. Really? But it wouldn't work because, I mean, Panagi reckons he's worth less than 120 grand. And then we've now got offers of 600 grand coming in for him. Icebrewer thunders it into the crossbar. It's quite a big miss, if we're being honest. Alright, let's do it. Kroll can use his pace at left back. And Okiowu at centre half. And like I say, the big thing is it's not a homegrown player we're losing. That's massive. Really massive. Hammond. I mean, Wilson's in acres there. Just give it to him. Kroll to Holmes. To Woods. Wilson still in acres. To Woods. Ice Perua. To Stevens. Chmielovsky wins it to Lip. Bulka. I'm just making noises now. I mean, I'm not even reading their names properly. Trevor nods it back to the keeper. And we've got 2.5 minutes to play. Where is this highlight taking us? Okiowu to Trevor. Wilson to Holmes. Oh, I need to rename Wilson to Watson, really, don't I? Ice Peru is through. Dink! Into the top corner. It's not often a dink goes into the top corner, you have to be honest. Makes it 3-1 on the day, 5-1 on aggregate. It's a good old stuffing for Legia Warsaw. Now, we're 1 game away from a Champions League group stage. Do we want that? Do we want to be in a Champions League group stage? Bearing in mind our coefficient points are only going to go up for matches we win. It's going to be a bit of a problem. When we draw, you know, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund and Aston Villa. Well, we'll find out, won't we? We are going to play... Oh, Bodo Glimt. That's not impossible. Although they have taken out Shakhtar on penalties. That's the Champions League playoff. So again, a reminder, if we lose that tie, we end up in a Europa League group, which would not be a disaster. We're going to receive 85.5 grand and then another 85.5 grand for other reasons. Right. One more continue. Let's see if another transfer offer comes in. No. Okay, all the friendlies are back. I don't know who's organising these friendlies, so I can assure you it's not me. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. If they're not match fit... No, I don't want to attend it. I don't do friendlies. Who do you think I am? Right. Cool. That. See you Friday. If you are if you are in any way interested in Twitch, Friday afternoon, I'm on nights again, so I can't tell you exactly when. Probably something like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. What I might do, and what I'm thinking of doing, is to do a stream of the episode, and then chop it down for the episode itself, and so kind of do both, and just see what happens. This may not happen, but if you are interested, twitch.tv/truckingfootballmanager. The link is in the description below. Get on there, hit follow, and let me. And like I say, if it's gonna happen, then you'll see me do it. If not, then you should see an episode on Friday at 6. Hopefully. Hey, I have internet, so you can watch this and you can talk back. For those of you who I might be losing because you don't want to come across to Twitch, I am sorry. Genuinely, I am very sorry. But like I say, I am quite offended by the way YouTube is behaving at the minute. I've not liked YouTube for a long time, and like I say, there are ways to watch streams not live on Twitch, and I'd ask you to give it a go. But if it's not your thing, I completely understand and no hard feelings. But you can watch a video on demand exactly the same way as you watch this. And I will do what I can to keep short content coming out so that it's not wading through a 4-hour stream to try and find anything interesting. And I'm going to look at ways of doing that. But if I am in danger of losing you here, I'm very sorry. If you are sick of me going on about it, I am also very sorry, but hopefully it'll be resolved soon. Apart from that, I hope you have a truly spectacular rest of your day. And I will see you Friday at 6, and possibly beforehand. And keep an eye on that channel, because like I say, I'll be doing other stuff. I'm going to probably do things like Train Sim World and things like that. And I know it doesn't sound interesting to a lot of you, but it's a really good opportunity to just have a chat while doing something in the background. That sort of thing. So, other games, content will vary. It will be a little bit more than just one Football Manager save constantly. Because I spend a lot of my time thinking, oh, I wish I had time to play Blair. But I've got to play Football Manager to get to the point where I can record the episode. And now I can mix it up because I will still stream this series, and I won't be so constrained. I'll be able to go, right, log on, play through 10-15 matches, have a nice chat with everyone, that sort of thing. I really need to shut up and turn it off now, don't I? Yes, sir.